Here is part 6 of a deep dive into Diddy's blind items. We are in January of 2019. This family, including the A-list mogul and wannabe rapper, are trying to make sure some information about the passing of someone close to the rapper omits a few lines they don't think are really relevant. They are pushing hard because if included, it would lead to a lot of questions. And this is allegedly Kim Porter. Also in January, just like I told you would happen, the family kept out the underlying cause/contributing factor to the passing of this barely there celebrity formerly partnered with this permanent A-lister. He argued it was for her family. Nope, it was for him because he didn't want to have to answer questions about his own health. And again, this is allegedly Kim Porter and Diddy. In February of 2019, this former adult dancer turned model turned celebrity because of who she was dating, turned bigger celebrity because of who she had a baby with, told her current boyfriend she is on birth control, but she isn't. She admits child support is how she wants to earn her living and is going to have children scattered apart every few years. And this is allegedly Amber Rose, Diddy, and Wiz Khalifa. From March of 2019. So let me get this straight. The celebrity offspring was dating a guy for a while and then started hooking up with a permanent A-list rapper until the rapper's wife put her foot down. So now the offspring is hooking up with the first guy's dad, who is an A-list mogul and wannabe rapper. And this is allegedly Lori Harvey hooking up with Diddy's son Justin, Jay-Z, and then Diddy. In May of 2019, this one-name singer who doesn't really seem to sing much longer got offered mid-seven figures up front to reunite with her mogul ex just because he can't find someone who he trusts to reveal all of the things he likes in the bedroom and quirks. And this is allegedly Cassie. Also in May, this A-list mogul and wannabe rapper had a partner in closeted crime as they hunted for men to hook up with at a recent party spot. And this is allegedly Diddy and Jermaine Dupri. In June of 2019, with the revelations of serial abuse and forced endings of pregnancies at the hands of this A-list mogul and wannabe rapper, hopefully the one-name singer who doesn't really sing any longer will finally be able to feel free to tell what happened to her back in the day because of the same mogul. I have written about what happened, but it would be nice if she could really show the world what kind of guy he is. And again, this is allegedly Cassie. And the related headline here reads, Diddy's ex says he allegedly beat her and made her end 2 pregnancies. Also in June, this mogul and wannabe rapper tried to get the foreign-born permanent A-list singer to work with him. She wants no part of any of that. Apparently things were strange when she hid out there back in the day after that famous photo. Public places are fine, but no working together where they might end up alone. And this is allegedly Diddy and Rihanna and Chris Brown hid out at Diddy's Star Island mansion back in the day. In July of 2019, waiting for the foreign-born former A-plus list tweener to speak out on his experiences with the one-named permanent A-list singer when our foreign-born singer was in his early teens. This probably would have been kept quiet, but the one-named singer is talking about his own abuse at the hands of another permanent A-lister when our one-named singer was also young. And this is allegedly Justin Bieber being abused by Usher and Usher allegedly being abused by Diddy. And the related headline here reads, Usher details the wild time he had living with Puff Daddy at just 14. Also in July, despite all of the accusations leveled against him in the past few months and a history of the same type of revelations going back decades, MTV has decided to give the mogul another chance at finding young women to victimize and paying him to do so. And this is allegedly Diddy and Making the Band. And last one from July, this is Nicolas Cage level creepy. If it wasn't bad enough that the mogul and wannabe rapper was hooking up with someone who hooked up with one of his sons first, apparently there have been 2 sons who have hooked up with her. I'm sure it is love with the dad though. And this is allegedly Diddy and Lori Harvey. And the related headline here reads, Lori Harvey branded ultimate city girl after dating Diddy and his son. In July of 2019, I guess things got awkward for this pseudo offspring to be hooking up with the son again while also hooking up with the father. and this is allegedly Lori Harvey, Justin Combs, and Diddy. In September of 2019, if this barely there celebrity offspring of an A/A- lister really is pregnant, will a DNA test be able to discern between whether it is the father or son who got her pregnant? And again, this is allegedly Lori Harvey. One more from September, the A-list mogul and wannabe rapper isn't comfortable exposing the things he likes in the bedroom to the offspring girlfriend, so he saves those for his longtime side piece who knows how to fulfill them all. And this is allegedly Diddy and Lori Harvey. In October of 2019, I guess the A-list mogul / wannabe rapper found out that the celebrity offspring was hooking up with people not as old as the mogul and dumped her. And again, this is allegedly Diddy and Lori Harvey. And this last one from 2019 is in December. From time to time, this A/A- list mogul / wannabe rapper also meddles with the relationship of a different child previously mentioned in this space. By meddling, I mean he asked the girlfriend of his offspring for nude pics and videos. She complies. And this is allegedly Diddy, Brea Hicks, and his son Christian Combs. Go to part 7. Here is part 7 of a deep dive into Diddy's blind items. We are in January of 2021. In the past few weeks, I wrote about this one-name singer and actor who needs rehab. That being said, the soon-to-be divorced actor and singer is spilling the good tea right now. It won't be long before we know everything that happened on his trips to the yachting headquarters with the mogul and wannabe rapper and the A+ list mostly movie actor. And this is allegedly Tyrese Gibson, Dubai, Diddy, and Will Smith. This one is from March of 2021, and it is long, so I will reveal the names as I go, but it is worth it. This one's called Closed. It didn't have a fixed location. It didn't operate on a consistent basis. If a certain group of people were all going to be in town together for more than a few days, they would set things in motion and open the club. It would generally be a house that was rented for a few days prior to their arrival in town and rented through their visit and a few days after to get it cleaned. These were big houses because the people who organized the club had big money. No one is sure who had the original idea for it, but the 5 male founders were the former A+ list singer and child porn lover, R. Kelly, the former A-list producer who was married to a permanent A+ lister, Tommy Mottola, who was married to Mariah Carey, the one-named former A+ list singer, Usher, the A+ list mogul and producer and sometimes performer, Diddy, and the former A+ list singer who is probably B-list now and comes from a family of singers, Jermaine Jackson. This was a club that was only for same-gender hookups. If you brought a woman with you, that was fine, but she would only be allowed to hook up with women while at the club. Back when Diddy was dating the permanent A-lister, Jennifer Lopez, he brought her and everyone watched her hook up with another woman. Apparently that was the case for this permanent A-list singer too, Madonna, who was not the guest of any of the founders. Most of the young men brought to the club were guys who wanted a singing career and were willing to do anything to get it. This foreign-born A+ list singer, Justin Bieber, was a frequent hookup partner of number 3, Usher, which led to a huge career of the foreign-born singer. As the founders 1 through 5 have aged and have also become more distant with each other, there has not been a club date in about a decade. Also in March of 2021, as much as they tried and as much editing prowess they possessed, the filmmakers behind a recent documentary about a permanent A-list rapper could not get his mother to say one nice thing about the mogul and wannabe rapper. She thinks he is a part of why her son is unalive. And this is allegedly Biggie, I Got a Story to Tell, the Notorious B.I.G., aka Biggie Smalls, Valletta Wallace, and Diddy. In April of 2021, this A-list producer and wannabe rapper is having money problems. All of those years of exploiting everyone on his roster, and he doesn't have much left to show for it. Also in April, as soon as his on-again, off-again partner and mother to his kids got sick, this A-list producer took out a massive life insurance policy on her without even telling her. And this is allegedly Kim Porter and Diddy. In September of 2021, this illiterate, barely there celebrity offspring of a permanent A-plus lister was doing lines of Coca-Cola at a Fashion Week party this weekend. The A-plus lister would not be pleased, but he had Coca-Cola problems for at least a decade. One of his girlfriends, who acted from time to time, who all of you know, would literally whip him when he would do Coca-Cola until he finally stopped. And this is allegedly Diddy, his daughter Jessie James, and Amber Rose. And this last one from 2021 is in November. This three-name singer who peaked several decades ago is on board with what I have been telling you for the past 3 years. His ex, who was also the ex of this A-plus list producer and wannabe rapper, was murdered. Hey, it isn't like the producer and wannabe rapper hasn't made those kinds of arrangements before. And this is allegedly Al B. Sure, Kim Porter, and Diddy. Go to part 9. Here is part 9 of a deep dive into Diddy's blind items. And I'm sorry, I did say part 7 in the last video, but that was part 8. We are in January of 2022. This A-list producer who has not been producing much / wannabe rapper / books cooker was outed yesterday and was described as someone you don't want to spend one-on-one time with. Also in January, this A-list producer / wannabe rapper was already linked to one notorious singer and R-wordist, and now it turns out he hosted the A-list singer and serial woman beater while he R-worded someone. And this is allegedly Diddy, Trey Songz, and Chris Brown. And the related headline reads, "Woman alleges Chris Brown R-worded her at Diddy's Miami yacht party in 2020. In February of 2022, this one is called The Split. Although people probably don't remember now, it is pretty common knowledge that this A-list singer and actress once split with her significant other on Valentine's Day. People assume it's because her significant other used a weapon and nearly unalived someone. That played a little part, I'm sure, but the real reason is that she showed up unannounced because she wanted to talk about the shooting and found a group intimacy party and substances going on in her significant other's home. Everyone was naked and substances were everywhere. Her significant other was literally hooking up with someone on a chair while smoking a cigar with lines of Coca-Cola next to him. When he saw her, he never even stopped hooking up with the person on top of him. He just kind of waved at her with his cigar-holding hand. And this is allegedly Jennifer Lopez and Diddy. And the related headlines read, Puff Daddy brokenhearted over split with Lopez, and Shine opens up and shares rare details on 1999 Diddy nightclub shooting. In April of 2022, putting this music producer and host and reality star and wannabe rapper in charge of a winners decided in advance show is just asking for trouble. The complaints will roll in. And this is allegedly Diddy and the 2022 Billboard Music Awards. Also in April, will the newly arrested former reality star start sharing information about the producer and wannabe rapper who is also his former boss? And this is allegedly the Making the Band star Chopper, who was arrested for trafficking, and Diddy. In May of 2022, it has nothing to do with uncanceling for the producer and wannabe rapper and everything to do with ratings. He wanted the world to know he was in charge. It didn't work. The show has the lowest ratings in history. And this is allegedly Diddy and the 2022 Billboard Awards. Also in May, the producer and host and wannabe rapper once promised to pay someone $100,000 if he was willing to feel an electric shock from a car battery. The person agreed, but was never paid after. In August of 2022, speaking of former child actors, this former A-list child/tween/teen actor had a troubled adult life. He would tell you it is because this A-list producer and wannabe rapper groomed him and passed him down to other adult men. And this is allegedly Orlando Brown and Diddy. In September of 2022, things must be getting bad for this former A-list producer / reality star / wannabe rapper if he is grifting with a pastor now. And this is allegedly Diddy and T.D. Jakes. And the related headline reads, Sean Diddy Combs and Bishop T.D. Jakes team up to bring exclusive sermon series to Revolt. And this last one from 2022 is in December. I don't know why anyone is surprised that this A-list producer slash executive slash wannabe rapper was busted doing Coca-Cola on camera. Here is what's interesting though. It was during a time period when he was dating the everything in her mind A-lister. I wonder if there's a video of her from the same time. No one cares that he was doing it, but it would be really damaging the perception she has tried to spin for herself if there was a video of her doing Coca-Cola. And this is allegedly Diddy and Jennifer Lopez. And we're going to wrap this all up with 2023 in part 10. Here is the 10th and final part of a deep dive into Diddy's blind items. We are in January of 2023. The celebrity offspring can say what she wants about her dating life, but she did date a father and son. And this is allegedly Lori Harvey, Diddy, and Justin Combs. In March of 2023, it would all be smoke and mirrors and a whole lot of debt and a bunch of partners he could never make happy if this producer slash mogul slash wannabe rapper buys the cable network. And this is allegedly Diddy and BET. And the related headline reads, Sean Diddy Combs throws his hat into the ring for BET's stake. In September of 2023, this former manufactured singer slash reality star slash yachter is trying to get attention by spilling about intimacy parties, but she never names names because her own secrets she never wants to come out. If she names a name, the world will find out what she did and with whom and how much she was paid. I would love for her to spill. She just has too much to lose in her mind if she does. And this is allegedly Aubrey O'Day. In October of 2023, last time he was arrested for a shooting, this A-list everything, Diddy, paid an employee, Shine, to take the fall for him and then paid a whole lot more money when the employee got out of jail and was going to reveal it all. I don't know if our A-lister has enough money to pay someone to take the fall for him this time. And this is allegedly Diddy, Shine, and Keefe D, aka Keith Davis, who was arrested for the murder of Tupac. The convicted former record label owner knows who was behind the murder, the A-lister with the ever-changing name. And this is allegedly Suge Knight, Tupac, and Diddy. And the related headline reads, Suge Knight won't testify against Keefe D, says Tupac shooter isn't who the cops think it is. The half-dollar rapper is complaining about the wannabe A-list rapper's parties, but his parties are exactly the same. Lots of hugging from both the front and back. And this is allegedly 50 Cent and Diddy. And the related headline reads, 50 Cent says he is no longer going to Diddy's parties because he hugs you from the front and the back at the same time. And here is the most recent blind item that we have on Diddy. It's from October 10th of 2023. There are 2 people alive from the day of the shooting of Tupac. One of them says the guy that was arrested didn't do the shooting, Keefe D, and shouldn't be in jail. He also said the guy that everyone suspects of the shooting, Orlando Anderson, didn't do it. The very next day, you get the wannabe rapper A-lister, Diddy, who did finance an earlier hit, trying to pretend the whole world is not looking straight at him as the person who financed the successful hit. And again, this is allegedly Tupac, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, Orlando Anderson, and Diddy. And the related headline reads, rare photos show Tupac murder suspect Dwayne Keefe D with shooter nephew Orlando Anderson, as rapper's brother says there are still questions about conspirators that need answers. And that wraps it up. Those are all of the blind items about Diddy from the past 10 years. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and let me know who you'd like to see a deep dive on next.